So I'm making an assessment of what I need to do for this grain binder. A couple obvious things. A lot of times you can do this with this part here, and a lot of times it's right down there, and then that bolt there. That would tighten that up quite a bit with new bolts and so forth. Sometimes that casting is broken. That's actually quite common. Big problem is this gear right here, this sprocket. You can see how that's pointed. That obviously should not look like that. But the problem to replace that whole gearbox really has to be taken apart. And I think in all my years I've never yet taken one of this sprockets off without breaking it. So unfortunately that's probably that one's fate also. You know, if you heat them, they'll actually crack. If you try and pull it straight off, because of the way it's made, it'll crack. So it's probably a foregone conclusion that that's going to be replaced also. One of the main things was he had trouble back here in this whole back area here, and if you follow my hand out, you'll see that gap there. That gap shouldn't be there. Excuse my traffic. Inside of here is a piece of wood that's probably broken, and that allowed that whole thing to bend down. I'm not tasked to do anything with the knotter, so I'm not. The reel really needs a lot of work, and I'm not really tasked to do anything with the cutter bar either. We really didn't talk about the platform. I'm not real happy with the platform. I don't know if this will show up on video or not, but the flex you can see, if I would put a new galvanized platform in there, that would take care of that whole flex situation, make the whole binder a lot better. But it comes at a price. Comes at a big price. So I probably want to talk to the customer before I do that. But if I have my way, I'm probably putting a new platform in there. And that's really it. The other thing I can see, there's obviously that wood bearing in there is worn out, so I'm going to try and replace that. That's really all I see that really jumps out at me. So that's what we're going to be doing over the next couple weeks.